Welcome everyone to the Hypeswatch channel, and today we're doing the Hypeswatch Season 7 predictions, and we have a very special guest joining us today. That is Val from Because Geek. Go ahead and take it away, Val.
Hi everyone, I'm Val from Because Geek, like Jerry just said. And I make videos about Game of Thrones on my channel. Mostly, they're all about the Game of Thrones show, not the books, because I'm not that big of an expert on the books yet. But yeah, I analyze the crap out of every little friggin' thing that HBO releases, and that's what I do for fun.
Yeah, everything HBO releases, every director that they hire, their family, their friends, their former college roommates, the whatnot, digging really deep. Anyways, on to the Hypeswatch members. Mr. LT Giles, introduce yourself.
I was just thinking about, I love the books too, but I would have never picked up the books if it wasn't for the show. So I love the show just as equally as much as I love the books. But let's get this show on.
Last but not least, the one who rises from the ground of salt himself, Don Willie.
Born amid salt and more salt. And if you're looking for guest right, you will only get salt because I don't break bread. It's the Salt King himself, Assault the High, Don Willie. Shout out to everybody who's on the panel. Shout out to everybody who on the chat. We're going to try to savage our way through this with my man Wolverine, overhead. Yeah, so you already know what it is. Jerry, take it away.
Yeah, we did have to remove our stream here because OBS decided they wanted to challenge for the Salt Throne, but, we're not going to let them. We have our own Salt King as it is. And before we start, though, I have to, make a bit of a confession. So last year, me and another person on this panel had a bit of a side bet on what would be happening at the end of season 6. We both were very confident a big explosion would be happening, and one of us thought it was going to be the Sept of Baelor, and one of us thought it was going to be King's Landing. Well, as we all saw, Dave and Dan just couldn't help themselves, and we got a big old explosion in the Sept of Baelor, and yep, I was wrong. It was not King's Landing. It was the Sept of Baelor. So I have to bow my head to Val for being the true predictor of the realm of HBO.
I've been waiting so long for this guy to say this shit.
Well, here it is. She is the true predictor of the HBO of the Game of Thrones realm, the slayer of show lies, the bride of HBO, the breaker of the code, daughter of Dave, daughter of Dan, the queen of Weiss and Benioff. Val, I bow my head to your show expertise and your ability to figure out everything that these two guys are going to do.
Bend the knee, Jerry.
Here's to you. The knee has been officially bent.
All right. Cheers. We got to make another bet for this season.
Yeah, we do got to make a bet. All right. Now that we're past that, in fact, let's just go past that. In fact, if I never played that again.
Oh, I saved it.
All right. Well, so for the predictions here, let's go region by region, and we'll do these predictions. And like I said, Val is really the show expert, so we're going to be going a lot on a lot of the things she said in her great sleuthing multi-part video, as well as her two insane breakdowns, which if y'all guys got some time and haven't checked it out, that's something you guys need to check out. But let's start with let's go to King's Landing first, where there's enemies to the east, enemies to the north, enemies to the west, and enemies to the south. So basically Cersei's got. Looks like she's gonna have a war with everyone. We got. Let's just start with you, Val. You've done this. Who do you think in your great predictions is she referring to from the South? Since pretty much what's in the South.
Yeah, I mean, well, the one group of people that I can think of is it's got to be Dorne. I know that Highgarden is sort of south, but I would say Highgarden is more west than south. It's both. It's both, but I guess you could include both Highgarden and Dorne, or the Tyrells and Dorne, or the Tyrells and the Sand Snakes. Anyways, you guys get my points. Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, you think we'll see any of the city called Dorne according to the map in this show, or is it just going to be all Highgarden and?
Yeah, I think it'll be Highgarden. I feel like they just want to end the Dorne storyline already. Like they've been trying to end it for a while now, and they will just finish it off right at the beginning of season 7. I think, yeah.
Okay. What about you, LT? What do you think in this Enemies to the South could be? You think it's Dorne, Highgarden? What are you thinking?
It's so obvious who the enemies are. I mean, obviously Dorne. Highgarden I don't think is much of a threat. I think we see from the previews that and what we've heard that Highgarden is going to get taken out. So I don't think Highgarden is going to be a much of an enemy. But yeah, definitely Dorne and what's coming, Daenerys. We know who the enemies are.
Do y'all think that maybe we might see a Highgarden, the castle?
I think we might see Highgarden in the first episode. I mean, like I said, these stupid, and I hate this because I can't help myself, the leaks that come out are saying that the Lannisters are gonna invade Highgarden with the Tarleys. So, basically that's probably most likely gonna happen. And it's that's why I say Highgarden is not much of a threat.
Wait. Okay, we just gotta clarify. We're not gonna say anything about the leak plot, right? Because I haven't read it yet. I only know the leak.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Not the rumored leak plot. Only leaks verified by HBO and verified through the trailer and the what do you call it? And anything we saw like from their inside, their pictures that they've given. Anything that HBO has leaked out, I should say.
Okay. Well, what about like the people who have taken pictures of the set?
Yes, that stuff. Any of that. Just none of this rumored leak plot. We'll leave that out of there.
All right.
Don, Willie, any thoughts on Enemies to the South?
Obviously, Dorne, all of Dorne, the whole 5 people of Dorne. The Highgarden is no longer in play because other than Olenna Tyrell, the entire Tyrell family has been gone, wiped out. And we have never once heard of the Red Wines whatsoever. So, we don't need to worry about that. We've already seen that the Tarleys are going to be fighting with the Lannisters. So, it's most likely just going to be the Dornish, all 5 people of Dorne or 4 people of Dorne.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I think. I don't even know if we'll see Dorne at all. Like, I think this might be Highgarden. The most Dornish thing I think we'll see is sand snakes on a bow. Now I know, Val, you said that some of the sand snakes are going to go south and then end up going west, and then they're going to fight. Well, I think it's all obvious who the enemy to the west is, and that is our man, our boy, the one with the huge cock, Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah, and well, I mean, like, and people were telling me, like, oh, no, he's not her enemy because they're going to become allies. But, like, well, Cersei doesn't know that yet. Cersei probably, by the time that she's naming her enemies, she probably doesn't know that Euron wants to be her ally. So I still think we can definitely include Euron as her enemy to the west.
Do you think there's going to be any Euron versus Lannister issues going on? I mean, Casterly Rock is in the west. We know sometimes geography doesn't mean that much on this show, so we might not have Euron actually go with the Lannisters, even though there is a long history of Greyjoy versus Lannister. But do you think we'll see any of that on the show, or will it be more of intercepting Dany's sea people that she sent around?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I thought would be. It makes sense for him to attack the Lannisters, but I haven't seen any hints that he will be doing that, especially if he wants an alliance with Cersei. And then I was also thinking, I think in the books, Euron kind of rates the Reach a little bit or something like that.
He hits the Shield Islands.
Yeah, I know he did. I know he hits the Shield Islands, but I thought there was something about the Reach or Old Town or something.
Well, he's about ready to get down on Old Town.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think that's where I got the idea. I was thinking in the show they might do that because Sam is there, and Sam's storyline needs some action or something to happen. So that's why I thought maybe the Ironborn could raid Old Town. But now I'm thinking like it's not going to happen. Like they're just going to have that fight at sea with Theon and Yara, and yeah, I think that's what's going to be.
So okay, so I know we're skipping a little bit too here, but why do you think Yara and Theon are going to be at that part of the sea? What is making Dany do the what would thought to be is breaking seems every Dungeons and Dragons rule we've ever thought of. Like you never split the party. Seems to be doing so.
Yeah, maybe someone went Leroy on them.
So is it possible that Theon might have been all right, chums, let's do this?
No. Theon looks like he still can't fight anyone. Like he just looks like a weakling that's just gonna get scared whenever he sees the fire coming. I don't know. I feel like I've been trying to figure out like for months like what Dany's plan will be. And the one thing is like from the trailer, what we see in the trailer is that all the dragons are at Dragonstone with Dany. So to me, that means that Dany took all of her dragons with her to Dragonstone, and she's not gonna go anywhere else. Because I thought if they split the fleet, maybe Dany could give the other half of the fleet at least a dragon to go defend them. But at the same time, like how can she control the dragon? How is the dragon gonna know what to do? Who are the bad guys and who are the good guys? If like the other half of the fleet probably hasn't making a connection with a dragon or anything, so they can't control it. Anyways, I think I'm getting a bit sidetracked here. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean that is go for it, Don Willie.
Well, if you remember, Tyrion actually said the dragons are smart. They know who their friends are. They know who their enemies are.
Yeah.
Say that.
But I mean, like, but you need to be able to control it, right? If you're gonna use the dragon for war, it's like someone has to tell it, like, go burn that ship over there. I don't know. I mean,
it'd be like an army going there without a commander.
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to educate Dany on Targaryen history, because in history they had whips and stuff to control the dragons.
We also had riders. I mean, like Aegon, he split his forces all the time, but the Visenya and Rhaenys had, they were in control of the dragons, so they were able to, command a legion and go and off from there. This, she's just kind of like sending the dragon off riderless.
Yeah. Oh, but what I was going to say is the reason why it makes sense for Theon and Yara to be over there fighting Euron is because they were the ones who wanted to fight Euron. I think that's what Yara told Dany, right? Like she just wants to kill her uncle.
Do you think it might be in order to reclaim the Iron Islands and maybe fortify that spot for them to where they can hit the Lannisters on both sides? Maybe something like that?
Yeah, that would make sense for sure. And also, like, I think Yara would want to do it herself. Like, she wouldn't want Dany to kill Euron for her, or like, because it's the Ironborn way. They want to earn things. with their own skills and efforts, and they don't want other people to just give it to them. So that's why it makes sense.
Okay, so you think Yara's probably gonna, or yeah, it's weird to call her Yara for me still. But you think Yara is gonna go out and try and do this, take lead? I mean, obviously we know it's not gonna be just her, as we saw in the trailer. She's getting it on with someone else, which we'll just go out and say for those who haven't seen the trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer before watching this. That is Ilaria Sand, who was just, I don't know what to say about that, but let's just not worry about that. Let's just talk about, okay, so Ilaria Sand's going with her. Who else is she bringing with her along there? Is she bringing any other Sand Snakes? Maybe Varys, maybe someone of substance?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I would definitely expect the Sand Snakes to stick together. I don't know if they would. Who else would they bring? Like, do you think they would bring half of, like, part of the Unsullied? Do you think Dany would give them some Unsullied, or is it gonna be just Ironborn against Ironborn? And did the Sand Snakes have some Martell soldiers with them? I don't know.
Do the Sand Snakes? I mean, there's only 5 people in Dorne. Are there Martell soldiers?
Well, we did see at the end of the season finale when all the ships, we did see a bunch of Martell banners, so they do have ships.
True.
I mean, well, you know what? Here's the thing, though, right? Because I'm pretty sure if Yara is going to try to reclaim the Iron Islands, she probably had the same thought in her head that we did. Oh, you know what? There's no trees on the Iron Islands. Euron is not going to have any ships. This will be a cakewalk. And then that's how she winds up getting surprised. It's like, where the hell do you get the damn ships from? There's no trees. Where did he get the ships?
Yeah.
Built the ships amongst the salts in the Iron Islands. Salt and iron.
Well, and then in the trailer, the ships that we see Euron arriving with at King's Landing, they're the same ships that were with Dany. They have the same prow decoration, Greyjoy things. So I think, yeah, the Kraken. Yeah, so I think he's just going to recapture the fleet that they took.
Hey, it's almost like, remember when Renly told Stannis, he was like, it'd be kind of hard when we battle because, you know, our banners look so similar. So when they're battling their banners, you know, same banner.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another reason why I think the dragon would be confused. It's like, okay, which Ironborn do I burn? You know?
I mean, yeah, but the question still remains, though, how would he be able to recapture the entire fleet like that? That's my
right. Yeah, he can't do it with only one ship, right? So he would have to be.
So we're not going to get any of Euron's little crow sigil thing that he has.
No. But what we will get is, I'm saving this one. This is my Victorian's going to come to help him. I wish.
I mean, from the trailer, it kind of looked like Euron was doing a lot of Victorian stuff, jumping from ship to ship.
Yeah.
He looked very Reaver-ish in that trailer.
Well, they need to redeem themselves. Like, you know, everybody talks about how cool these trailers are, and they were cool, but last season, that trailer was like one of the most epic things I've ever seen, and it wasn't that great, especially Euron and these Ironborn. And the King's Moot was shit, and he needs to do some epic stuff to make me happy, especially that my big cock and all that. Yeah, he needs to redeem himself.
I mean, yeah, it would be pretty disappointing after we saw this trailer and all this jumping around that those were the highlights of the fight, and the rest are just gallivanting around, not doing too much. Dolly, you got any real thoughts on this battle to the west that's going to be happening?
I mean, is there really going to be a battle, or is it just going to kind of be Euron running in and, you know, overwhelming Yara and her forces and just taking shit over?
I mean, I think that's what's going to happen, and then they're going to call it a battle still, though.
That's where... Sorry. I was going to say, that's where this show pisses me off. Look, this show's got 1,000 times bigger budget than Vikings, and Vikings shows all their battles. We need more battles. We need to see a battle. You know, I hope it's not just, they just take out the fleet in 5 minutes. It better be a big-ass epic battle, or someone be disappointed.
Well,
Yeah, if they're having less episodes, I would expect them to put more money towards the battles.
yeah, let's hope. Let's hope, because they do well of setting it up. It's just, let's see it go down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
We did
maybe-
see the
maybe-
fireballs. Remember, we saw the fireballs hitting on the ship, and then there's that scene where Theon sees fire. So maybe Euron's got some kind of secret weapon where these fireballs are coming. I don't know what it could you put a catapult on a ship? I don't think so, right? Yeah, maybe.
yeah, you could.
You could. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering like what kind of thing they were gonna have, because I did hear from the Watchers on the Wall. One of their articles was like there were some people filming where there was a pool, like a sports center kind of thing, and then there's a pool and there's people filming in the pool, and there's also a fire truck outside. So I figured, hey, if they're filming in the pool, it's probably underwater scenes, probably for the ship battle. And if there's a fire truck outside, there's probably going to be fire during this battle, which made me think that it would have to do with dragons, because I couldn't think of what other things, unless you guys remember the Marine masters, the ships that they came to attack Marine with, they had the fireballs, like they were using that. So I figured maybe Euron has something like that that he can use, but why would they have the same technology though? Like they're so in like such different parts of the world.
Well, I think that could be explained as, because it's a show.
Yeah.
But so I think we're pretty much got an idea that something's gonna happen, like a battle, maybe a mini battle, whatever we want to call it. Something's gonna happen. Are we all in agreement that? I know Val, you said that this is gonna happen. Euron is going to capture at least Yara and at least Ilaria, maybe some more Sand Snakes as well. We don't know. It depends who's going to be with her. And then he's going to march on to King's Landing, which is not exactly close, but I'm assuming he captured a teleporter to go with capturing some ships. And he's going to present him to Cersei, and they're going to join sides. How do you see this playing out?
The whole Euron Cersei thing?
Yeah. Other than, like, at least through the whole season. When do you think that? Oh, I think you have some predictions on what episode you think that this is going to happen. For one.
Yeah,
Two,
I think. Right. What?
Two. What do you think happens on the subsequent episodes regarding that?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we haven't seen a lot of that. Like, we know they will work together. We just don't know exactly how that relationship's going to work out. I think I can see Euron offering his big cock to Cersei, and Jaime losing his shit. But I feel like Jaime isn't going to be there, because I think this is going to happen. Like, Jaime is going to leave to do the whole High Garden thing, and then Euron's going to get to King's Landing, I think. And Jaime's not going to be able to see it. Jaime always misses all the good stuff that happens in King's Landing with Cersei. He's always out there doing something else.
So he's basically going to, Euron's going to pull like kind of a Lancel, like getting Cersei while Jaime's away.
Lancel did that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Jaime had to flee the city because of Ned, and then while he was gone, that's when Lancel got in.
Right, yeah. I think that might happen. I wonder if Cersei would be open to that though, because I don't know. I think they would work together, but they would always be trying to betray each other, because they both want to be at the top. Like, Euron is not going to let Cersei be at the top, and Cersei wants to be at the top, especially at the top of a man. Like, she's all about her women, her being a woman who like makes guys look like they're wrong about women not being able to do what she's doing. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just that Cersei's not gonna want Euron to be on top, and this sounds like I'm talking about other things now, but
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, is Euron gonna go the way of Khal Drogo?
Maybe. Oh my god. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I don't think they will get married, but
although technically he's king of the Iron Island, so that would actually be a pretty strong political marriage.
Yeah, I guess so. But Cersei doesn't want to marry anyone anymore. Like, remember, like she was getting all the other suitors, and she just didn't. I mean, I guess if Cersei's put in a situation where she has to, I think that's the only reason for her to do it. Oh, and talking about which episode, I think it'll be episode 3 when Euron makes it to King's Landing, and so that will be like 4 more episodes for their relationship to
blossom.
Yeah, blossom. That's it.
All right, Don Will, you have any thoughts on this Euron Cersei power couple? Are they going to be the new Brad and Angelina? What's going on here? They're going to be the new Beyonce and Jay-Z?
What's happening?
Don Willie, we can't hear you. Okay, we'll ask LT. LT, what do you think?
And it doesn't even show he's muted. I wonder why we can't hear him. But anyways, no. This whole thing is, if they get married, they probably it'll be for political reasons. I don't think they're going to be attracted to each other, nothing like that. I think
attracted to his big cups.
It's pretty much they want to okay. So this is my first thought when I watched the season finale. When I saw those ships, I saw all those ships, the dragons. I was like, man, Cersei's only shot is to get in line with Euron. Besides, without Euron, she doesn't stand 0 chances. She gets those 1,000 ships, then she stands a little chance. But I think it's a political marriage if they do get married. And if they do get married, it won't last long. I mean, we only got 2 seasons left,
All right. Don Willie, can we hear you now?
Fuck this shit.
This sucks.
Maybe unplug it, plug it back in.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. Sort of.
There he is, kind of. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
broken.
we heard him very briefly.
What the hell?
There we go.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Today is just gonna be the day where everything fucks up for me. Oh man. Okay. So what was the question again?
Euron and Cersei.
Euron, Cersei, maybe being the power couple, the next Jay-Z and Beyonce or something like that.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, so Euron, the man who claimed the Salt Throne versus the woman who claimed the Iron Throne, Cersei Lannister. Those two together obviously are gonna wreak havoc. And it's obvious that those two need to come together in order for Cersei to be able to survive this season, because I don't think she's gonna die this season. So yeah, I think it's very obvious that that's what's gonna happen, and I better just keep quiet before the goddamn microphone decides to conk out on me again. All right, so I'm gonna mute myself until then.
Willie, don't bend the knee to the microphone.
All right. Well, one last thing we want to get to enemies before we get to enemies of the East, and that's I wanted to discuss because that we kind of mentioned but haven't really discussed. It sounds like Randall Tarley is going to be switching sides on people. Now, one, I want to see if everyone agrees that that's going to happen in the show. Two, I want to ask, do we maybe have a hint in the books here? Because I don't believe Cersei's going to sit the throne. I think she's taking the spot of Fagon in the books. I think Fagon's going to sit on the throne, and I think Randall Tarley is going to be switching to Fagon's side and I think that's who they were referring to when they said when Fagon's people said they had friends in the Reach. I think they were talking about Randall Tarley. So I think they've just redone it to where it's Cersei sitting on the throne instead of Fagon, and now it's Tarly switching to Cersei instead of Tarly switching to Fagon. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
It makes sense because the Tarleys and the Tyrells. Remember in the books, the Tyrells and the Red Wines, only bent their knees because they had to, and like you said, they see the opportunity. They're going to stay loyal. I mean, in the show, there's no Fagon, but yeah, it makes sense in the books, and yeah, I don't get it in the show, but hey.
What do you think about that, Val? Well, we know you think Randall Tarley is going to switch for sure. But what do you think about the book parallels as well?
Well, because we know that the histories and lore videos are not 100% book canon, so we can't really use that for the book. Because
they're not even 100% show canon. They're kind of a weird mix.
Yeah, they're a weird mix. It's true. But I think he was saying, because the Tarleys, I don't know if that's the same in the books, but the Tarleys in that video, what he's explaining is that they always serve the new lord that takes over, right? So they're loyal to each lord, and then when that lord dies and there's a new lord, they're loyal to the next new lord, even if it's from the enemy side. I think that's what the video was saying. So I didn't know if that was the same in the books or not. If there's been hints in the books that the Tarleys switch sides often. But were they into the whole like Targaryen thing? Because I know the Targaryen, like Aegon gave the Reach to the Tyrells, and then what happened to Randall Tarley around that time? They just served the Tyrells.
Wait, say that again. Randall Tarley wasn't around when the Targaryens gave the Tyrell from the Gardeners.
Yeah,
I think he means that
just the Tyrells in general. Well, I think the Tarleys just moved up a little bit because everyone went. There was the Gardeners, and then everyone just kind of went like that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it.
But the Tarleys were never like fighting for the Targaryens. Or were they after Aegon conquered?
I think they were just all. I don't think they were ever for just the Targaryens. No, other than when they were with the throne and the Tyrells were with them. Like they were with them during Robert's rebellion, but that's because the Tyrells were with Aerys during Robert's rebellion. Mm.
Is the Tyrells the #1 house in the Reach, or is it the High Towers?
It's the Tyrells, although the High Towers technically, I think, have more money.
Okay, so well, anyways, I don't want to get off topic, but what I'm saying is there's not much of a High Tower present in the show, so we'll just say the Tyrells is the #1 house, just like Winterfell was the #1 house in the North. So this is what I thought. At first, I was mad when I found out about Randall Tarley, betraying the Tyrells, but it makes sense that maybe his position is, that House Tyrell is dead, so there's no more Mace Tyrell, there's no more nobody except Olenna. So maybe he's thinking by teaming up with the Lannisters and taking out the Tyrells, Tarly's the #1 house of the Reach now. You know what I'm saying? That maybe that's that's what his whole ambitions are.
That might be true. I mean, especially since they cut out Garland.
Like Roose Bolton, remember? Because Roose Bolton becomes. By taking out the Starks, the Boltons are the #1 house in the North.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what.
So now the Tarleys are the #1 house of the Reach, and he's just he's putting the Reach for the Lannisters.
So they're basically repeating the same thing that they did with the Boltons, like in the plot of the show. Just the Boltons were fighting for the Starks, and then they switched to the Lannisters when the Stark house looked like it was dying. So yeah, it makes sense for the show to repeat that and use Randall Tarley as the new guy who switches sides because that are dead, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since there's no Garland or Willis in the show.
Yeah.
In the words of Alonzo from Training Day, disloyal bitch made motherfuckers. The Tarleys, Randall Tarley, is all about the come up. So I mean, it makes sense that now that there is no House Tyrell left, that he would go to Cersei. And I think that's going to have devastating consequences for him. But you know, it is what it is, man. Randall Tarley is a dick. Dickon is a dick. It's even in his name. You know, so yeah, man. You know, let the chips fall where they may, and if they happen to get seared to death by a dragon, good on them. You know, and it's what they deserve, especially because you know, Sam deserves that damn sword.
Yep, there you go. All right, so unless anyone has anything to say about that, we'll move on to Enemies of the East. And we all know who Enemies of the East is. We've been waiting for this since pretty much day one.
And that's a huge thing, too, because that means Cersei already knows about Daenerys at that point.
And even before the trailer, I know you mentioned that they are landing at Dragonstone almost immediately. In fact, It sounds like it might even be one of the opening scenes that they're getting to Dragonstone. And from what I've been able to gather from watching your sleuthings and your trailer breakdowns and trailers as well, is that looks like Daenerys. Well, we know she's splitting the party. Looks like she's sending some to fight Euron. She's sending some on Sully to go to Casterly Rock, and then she's sending the Dothraki to surf horse into the Reach. And when do you think that she's going to start sending them? Like, what do you think is going to happen between the time? I guess she's landing immediately. What do you think is happening in between the time of landing and sending? And when do you think she starts sending them out to do their business? Is it going to be before or after Jon arrives? Because we know Jon's arriving to Dragonstone probably through a boat that Gendry's going to row for him.
What? Well, this is a good time to talk about the something that was also leaked from the set that it was a bit confusing because we hadn't seen any hints to that either, and that's that Dany is going to discuss her plan of attack in Dragonstone in the map table room, the painted table, whatever her name is.
Are they going to clean that table first before she does it?
Yeah, I would hope so. And then and there's like everyone's going to be in there. Like it's not just going to be Dany and Tyrion and Varys and Missandei and Grey Worm, like the ones that we have seen, but actually Yara and is going to be there, and Ilaria Sand is going to be there. So apparently everyone went to Dragonstone first and then left to go do other things, which I guess it makes sense because how do you discuss plans of attack on the ships if you're on different ships? I mean, I guess you have to land, or they could have talked about it before. I don't know. It's so confused. It's so fucking confusing, man. Like, couldn't they have talked about it before in Marine? But at the same time, the Sand Snakes probably didn't come all the way to Marine.
You know when a good time to be talking about it was when they were all in the fucking giant mass army of ships. They could have all gotten on one ship and had like just a discussion.
Right. They should have just gotten on the same fucking ship. But I don't know. Well, I don't know. So I think if those leaks are true, that they're all going to go to Dragonstone first, I'm assuming that's when they talk about it in the first episode, and then maybe in the second episode, that's when they leave. Like Theon and Yara and the Sand Snakes leave to. Would they leave to attack Euron though? Because how would they know that Euron is coming from there? I guess it makes sense because of the map. You know, that's the only way he can come through. But it's just so weird. Like it made sense to me for Dany to send half of her fleet to take Casterly Rock, and then the other half to land around Dragonstone so she can attack or take over the Lannister stuff on the west side, and then attack from the east side, and then just like close in on Cersei, which makes sense. But even like if they,
Sorry. I was just going to say, do you guys think it's going to be Tyrion's idea to tell Daenerys to attack Casterly Rock?
Well, Dario already suggested it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
I mean, one thing we're not taking into fact is that the Lannister army is fucking unlimited. Not only have they been battling and fighting for this entire War of the Five Kings, but they still have troops to apparently defend Casterly Rock, the Reach, and King's Landing all by themselves. So
well, they also got the gold cloaks in King's Landing.
Well, they got the gold cloaks too. But I mean, we're talking.
They got about 6,000 men.
It must be 60 million thousand men. That's how much they must have to be defending all these people. Remember, they've been fighting wars too. They've been fighting Stannis. They've been fighting the Starks. We've been fighting everybody. They still got plenty of troops.
I remember the last king was a Baratheon, so there's like Baratheon soldiers off camera that were how they guarded Tommen that we didn't see.
Well, they switched sides. Anyway, so what do you think about this, LT, about this whole Daenerys arriving early, planning it out, and then sending her peoples off?
I just think it's kind of like, you got enough people. Like I said, when I seen all those ships, the first thought I was like, Cersei doesn't stand a chance. And I was telling this to my buddy right after we watched the show. I was like, her only chance is to lie with Euron. I said that before I saw any trailers, before any leaks. But my thing is, why break up your forces with all those ships? You could just assault King's Landing right now and take over King's Landing. That's what your ultimate goal is. Why are you wasting time with going to Castle? I know it's good for the long run, but she could just do an all-out assault from there and take out King's Landing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, that's only like 2 episodes. We need to get 7 episodes.
I know. And unfortunately, too, like you guys mentioning, we see that that Eloria and Yara together. I messed up her name, but so that means that and the only one we saw too was in the pictures was Tyene. So I'm assuming that Obara and Lady Nim are probably going to be taken care of by Euron and.
Well, Lady Nim, she left to go south to hang out with Iron Fist. So.
What?
Oh yeah, with Danny Rand, right?
her and Loras took off to go down south to New York, and now they're doing.
Oh, they joined the Defenders.
Yeah. Don Willie, any thoughts before we get to the unexpected visitors that come to Dragonstone?
Yeah, as far as the whole thing with splitting up the forces, and it does sound as though they're gonna wind up going to Dragonstone, and maybe Daenerys is gonna tell Yara, hey, you should go back to the Iron Islands to capture them back, because we're gonna need the Iron Island support. And that's how Yara winds up getting caught up. Because it's probably going to be on Euron's way, like going, around from the Iron Islands to King's Landing. And that's when he's going to wind up catching Yara and the Sand Snakes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, would they expect Euron to go to King's Landing? Because what I would expect is for Euron to go try and find Theon and Yara, who he knows went all the way to Marine. So I would expect Euron to go to Marine. Imagine if he just went to Marine and then they like completely missed them.
Well, the thing about it,
Dragonstone.
Well, no, because I don't think that he, like, the thing about it is, right, they know that Euron's out there. They don't exactly know what his plans are. So I don't think that they're going to be expecting him to be on his way to King's Landing. But Euron probably, has gotten word like, oh, okay, well, the Ironborn fleet controlled by Yara and Theon is on the way back. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to wait for him to get here. I'm going to go and, attack them at night, capture these ships, and then go and make an alliance with Cersei, because obviously they've already made an alliance with Daenerys.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all of that. I was just wondering if they were Theon and Yara were leaving Dragonstone to attack Euron or to go to the Iron Islands, and they run into Euron. Like, I don't know who knows what, who knows who is where.
I think that they were going to try to take back the Iron Islands, not realizing that Euron has already gotten wind of what they plan to do and decided, okay, I'm going to attack them first when they least expect it.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Do you guys think Euron's actually going to have 1,000 ships, or it's going to be closer?
I don't know.
I think he'll have 5 ships.
Yeah.
And just beat their asses. 5, no, what is it? 10. He'll have 10 good ships.
Yeah, you know, he's getting them out of Littlefinger's factory.
Oh, Littlefinger's got a factory now? Well, how about that?
Yeah, I mean, he makes jetpacks, teleporters, you know, he makes Valyrian steel. Littlefinger does a lot of things.
Will there be a mention of his ship being called the Silence, or would they just say it's some random ship that he's on?
No, because Euron's not even very that silent. He's screaming about big cocks and gallivanting and stuff.
Will we see people with their tongues cut out? That, you know, will he be?
Oh, no way! You're getting way too detailed, LT.
So he will not be. Yeah. So we're not going to really fear him then, like we do in the books. Like after reading the Forsaken chapter, you fear Euron. You see how evil he is. So we're not going to probably consider this is going to be the funny Euron, the laughable Euron.
I'm thinking this Euron's going to be more Victorian-like than the Euron you see in the books. I think.
Well, how could he be Victorian-like when he won't even have a helm on or an axe?
I mean, he's just going to be jumping around, killing. Well, he looked like he had an axe in the trailer, I thought.
Yeah, that's right. So is he? Yeah, he's going to be doing backflips and shit like that.
Yeah, he's going to be like Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean Part 3. Part 3, the one where they're like doing like Spider-Man moves on sails and stuff.
When Cersei flaps him, he's going to go, I deserve that one.
No, he's like, I don't think I deserve that one. And then like Yara's going to slap them. He's like, I may have deserved that one.
Exactly.
All right, so let's get to where there's an unexpected boat that roar.
Wait. Because Renee just reminded me of something that I was going to say, and I forgot to say it. When we were talking about Euron and Cersei's relationship or whatever. And yeah, they did say, the actor who plays Euron did say that he was going to make Ramsay look like a little kid recently in an interview. So, I mean, so Ramsay was already a lot worse than Joffrey, and now Euron's going to be even worse than Ramsay? Like, are you kidding me? But I did expect that kind of after reading the last Winds of Winter release chapter. Yeah.
But is he really going to deliver, or are we going to get things like, Sophie Turner claiming that Sansa's going to be a boss bitch?
That's another possibility. Yeah.
So we'll see there. to be determined.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So we see a ship rowing. Of course, it's got Gendry on it because he's the rower. But it also has Jon, Davos. Who else comes to?
Tormund. No, not Tormund.
Tormund's not there.
No, not Tormund.
Jorah. Well, you say Jorah?
What? Is he with them?
No, I think in the picture I saw when they get off the boat, Jorah's like greeting them or something like that. That's what I saw.
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
We're talking about Jon coming up on Dragonstone with Gendry and.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he's not gonna be with. Why do you keep saying this?
Isn't he? I thought they were all in the picture together. Okay, correct me, Val. How's that?
The only pictures we seen with Gendry is with Tyrion and Davos. We didn't see one with Jon.
Jon's okay, then maybe not Jon's not there. Okay, who?
They might be all on Dragonstone, but then there's also a gold cloak in the picture. So why would a gold cloak be on Dragonstone?
Yeah. No, I definitely think that was King's Landing. But the only picture that we have seen of Jon with Gendry, that's when they're leaving Dragonstone. And I think that's when they head up north.
Okay.
So why would Jon send Davos and then Dany send Tyrion to King's Landing? I wonder, like, why?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've been trying to figure that out because it doesn't make like. Well, I guess Davos is a good smuggler. So if they're trying to do some smuggling, it would make sense to send Davos. And then Tyrion, there's gotta be a reason for Tyrion to go there. I guess like also if they're smuggling, Tyrion he's short. You know, he can get into places and not be noticed. I'm assuming, but
he's the #1 wanted on the FBI's top 10. If he goes anywhere in King's Landing, yeah, that's why I don't get why she'd send him.
I mean, there must be something there that Tyrion, feels that they need, and it's like, okay, Davos can get me there, and then they probably wind up running into Gendry when they get there.
Yeah, I think so.
And the whole thing with the gold cloak, if I'm guessing, is probably a gold cloak sees Tyrion, and Davos is trying to convince the guy, nope. This is not Tyrion Lannister. This is another dwarf who just so happens to have a scar across his face. Here's a couple of silver stags or some gold dragons to make you forget that you ever saw a dwarf on this beach.
Davos is just gonna be like, these aren't the dwarfs you're looking for.
And then when they don't listen to reason, Gendry's gonna grab that warhammer and go.
He's offering shrooms. He's offering them shrooms in a little bag. He doesn't have silver stags.
He's like, these shrooms, these aren't the dwarves you're looking for. Shrooms. Eat the shrooms. Yeah, these aren't the dwarves we're looking for. Anyways, so I'm completely confused on how this whole scenario goes.
It's going to, like, maybe he's going to try and find Jaime and talk to him and to.
Maybe that could be it. He's trying to sneak in for an audience with Jaime privately to try and convince him of what's going to happen to stop, and hopefully get Cersei to the table to talk or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he knows if he shows up or she shows up with him there, that you can throw everything out the window. It's just she's gonna be like going crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think like Jaime would be the only person who could convince Cersei to talk to someone or to work with someone.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed that we're gonna see a scene at the Dragon Pit? Right? It's confirmed. Yeah.
I mean, I thought we saw a Mr. Half-Burned Face at the Dragon Pit in the trailer. It looks like the Dragon Pit to me.
Mm-hmm.
See,
yeah, I think it'll be.
Okay.
I'm thinking that'll be later, though. Maybe like episode 7.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. I think it's episode 7. And that's why people, well, it's still because I think the thing beyond the wall, the whatever they're doing up there, will happen in episode 6. And if the Hound is already all the way down at King's Landing in episode 7, that's just going to be another show logic thing. But it can happen. But that's the thing, like people were in the comments of my breakdown and they're telling me, and I didn't say that it was a Dragon Pit because I was trying to keep that video spoiler free. And now everyone's telling me like, oh, it's the Dragon Pit, Val. And I'm like, yes, I know. But
I mean, I didn't say it was. I just said it looked like the Dragon Pit.
See, but you know what? This is why Littlefinger can't die. People are predicting, oh, Littlefinger's gonna. He can't die because if we need the Hound to get from beyond the wall to King's Landing, there's only one man who can get him there. There's only one in all of Westeros who can get him there.
I have a theory, but we'll get into that later on how we'll get. It's a little bit crazy.
If Littlefinger dies, you could still use his teleporter. I mean, you jack it from him.
Well, how do you know these teleporters are unlimited use? They might have they might be like, a D&D thing. It has certain amounts of use per day, and Littlefinger has to recharge it. We don't know that.
Well, Arya wasn't given one because we get a whole bunch of shots of her traveling.
Well, she was given one. That's how she got to Walder Frey's. She must have used all the charges. She used all the charges. Yeah, so she needs a new one now. Well, there you go. There you go.
What were we talking about? The Dragon Pit?
We broke the code on the Littlefinger teleporter.
Yes.
So, okay. So let's get to enemies in the north. And that seems to where the busiest part of this whole thing is going on. That and Dragonstone, in my opinion. At least from the trailers. It might be. So we start with, it looks like John is discussing stuff. I think you did a good breakdown of like how, well, it ended up being confirmed that that girl was that Karstark and Alice Karstark. I think you've been guessing that that kid that was there was probably an Umber, and they showed him in the trailer. So I'm thinking that they probably had maybe like he was having a discussion on making peace with them. So befriending the Umbers and the Karstarks. They're probably not going to be that. Other than they're probably just there to make peace with John, get them on their side, give them some people to back them up.
There was one trailer, I can't remember exactly which one, where John was saying something about the North has always stayed together, and we need to continue to stay together, kind of thing. And then I know, like, there's no reason for him to be saying that again, since the North already united at the end of season 6, when they named him King in the North. So the only reason he would be saying that again about the North would be if he's trying to get the Karstarks and the Umbers back into the fold, right? So.
Which, if he gets them back into the fold, would only strengthen his seat of power and make him show even more competence, which is kind of weird to me.
They never showed. They never showed what's his name, the Karstark guy, die. It's possible we could see him this season, like they kill him or something. Because remember, he was the one that the Umber dude was like, "Oh, you like boys that young," and we never seen him die. We seen the Umber guy die, but we did not see him die.
Yeah.
Unless it was off camera.
Yeah, I was thinking it was off camera, but
they probably could just say like, the girl can be like, "Yeah, he died." You can see.
Hey, so this is the same Alison Karstark that sneaks to the wall to John in the books, right?
Yeah, but it's obviously her plot's not going to be anything similar.
No, of course. I was just making sure.
So I'm thinking.
So we're gonna get some kind of Arnoff Karstark? No.
No, but I think what we'll get here is that after seeing him be competent and expand his power, we'll probably see Littlefinger be like, "Look, see what he's doing. See what he's doing, Sansa. He's gaining power. I warned you."
So since we're in the North, what do you guys think why John's choking him? I know Tony said it's because he's eavesdropping, and another person said it's because he brings up his parentage. But what do you guys think is why John's choking him?
I think the other person might be sitting in this panel that said he might have brought up some parentage, like Ned.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Oh, you did say it.
I did say that. I was thinking the line that he said. I didn't say this in my breakdown because for whatever reason, I didn't think that Littlefinger could be talking to John. But after I posted it and everyone in the comments, told me it's Littlefinger talking to John, it started to make sense that would be the line that he says to him while they're in the crypts. Because to me, it sounded like he's trying to make him think, like he's trying to make John feel bad. And he's trying to make him feel bad about being alive while his legitimate Stark brothers and his father are dead. And it's like, why do you deserve to still be alive if you're the bastard type of thing? Because the line was, your father and brothers are dead, yet here you stand. So to me, it's kind of like taunting him, kind of like, why do you deserve to be here still?
What is with this show and making, like, Littlefinger is the most carefully worded guy in the books, yet in this show, he is flapping his mouth, saying shit that gets him choked and grabbed all the time. Knowledge is power. Oh, you're a bastard. Like, he's just trying to get killed, this Littlefinger.
Yeah.
I don't know what, he is very brash, this Littlefinger. It's almost like they got the actor that was playing in The Dark Knight Rises and was taunting Bane to be here instead of actually Littlefinger.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know, because the only other thing that I could think of Littlefinger saying to John would be, it has to be something about him being a bastard. Mm-hmm. That's the one idea that I'm sticking with, because he could be saying something about Sansa, something out of line or something, or he could be saying something about, like, I don't think he would say something related to him not giving Sansa credit because John would want to give Sansa credit, and he already tried to give Sansa credit. Well, when they were discussing who should get their dad's room or whatever, and they were like, no, you deserve it, you're the Stark, and then she was like, oh no, you're a Stark too, you take it, you know. Like, John was pretty humble about that. I don't think John has anyone to take power away from Sansa. So, I mean, what do you guys think makes John angry? What could make John angry?
I think they gave us the sign last season, or not last season, but was it season 5 or when Sansa and Littlefinger were in the crypts and she mentioned of Lyanna got raped, and you see his face, it's like he knows that that's not true. So I'm thinking he possibly tells John the truth. He's the one that tells John the truth, and John doesn't like it and starts choking him. That's what I think.
Maybe he tells him that Stark isn't his father.
Yeah.
But he fails to mention that Lyanna is his mother.
Yeah.
He just tells him the half truth.
And then when he does tell him, the truth, or if he does tell him, he's like, "Such your feelings, John." Do you know what I mean?
John's like, no, that's impossible.
Or maybe he tells him like, "Hey, you know what? People always talk about the honorable Ned Stark." But I have some information that will inform you that he is not so honorable. Like, hey, watch how you talking about my father there. He's not your father. I have the results from Maury right here.
or he's like, not only are you a bastard, but you don't even belong on this show because you're a zombie. You belong on The Walking Dead. Or even worse, you belong on Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh my god.
I think everybody in the Game of Thrones community is pretty convinced that Littlefinger is going to die this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what sucks, because I want this type of stuff to be a surprise. I don't want everyone to figure it out. Like, it's so obvious.
Well, last year, I couldn't help myself. A friend sent me a picture. I was like, do you want to see it? It's right before the episode, like Saturday, right? They sent me the picture of Dorn Martell being stabbed. I didn't want to believe it. I'm like, this is bullshit. Because somebody also sent me a picture from The Walking Dead, and it was Daryl, and he was hanging with his entrails cut out. It was so I was thinking, okay, this ain't real. And then what happens? The first episode, it happens. So any pictures, I'm not looking at them this year, man. I'm not looking at them.
No, me neither. But they're not giving the episodes to critics this year, so I'm hoping that kind of thing doesn't happen.
They don't have to. This is the biggest show ever on HBO. Just don't give it. Don't give it out, because then we'll get some serious leaks, and that would be horrible.
Yeah.
So what do y'all guys think about the whole Littlefinger and Sansa thing? Is she going to be buying into his little game that he's playing? I think we all think he dies. Let's focus more on Sansa right now, though. I'm kind of confused.
Now, since we're there, I want to compliment Val on her video. I did not catch when Sansa's saying the line at the end that she was broken. That was awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, the whole trailer, Sansa looked really sad to me. And everyone sees something different, and everyone hears something different. But I'm just saying, in my own opinion, like, it just sounded like Sansa's crying, or is about to cry about something bad just happened. So I've been trying to figure out what the hell that is. And if she's talking about the wolf pack, and her saying that line, if it wasn't because of her voice breaking at the end of the sentence, like, it wouldn't have as much meaning to me. I think her saying that line while being sad about it is because someone has died, or because people are saying, well, maybe she's saying that line to Littlefinger, but she wouldn't cry when she's talking to Littlefinger. Like, she doesn't give a crap about her relationship with Littlefinger, as we saw last season. Like,
I don't know. I think he's kind of a mentor to her, and I understand the fact that she was very disappointed in him when he made her marry, or not make her marry Ramsay, but I think there is a little bit of a connection there, and I mean, I think she does have some kind of feelings for him, not as much as her family, obviously, but it could be. I mean, even if she was mad at him and she finds out the truth and stuff, she's probably still gonna be sad about him dying, obviously, because he mentored her and he saved her from King's Landing. He's got some kind of feelings for her.
Hmm.
I mean, she's got some kind of feelings for him.
Yeah.
What do you think, Don Willie?
I mean, well, you know what, Sansa needs to become something greater than she has been.
So she's become something.
Yeah, you know, and unfortunately, she's not going to be able to do she's not going to be able to do anything major with Littlefinger around, because Littlefinger is going to be the puppet master. She's tired of being the puppet, and honestly speaking, I think everyone is tired of seeing her be the puppet. So, you know, this year, I mean, I don't want my man Baelish to die, but I think in order for Sansa to be able to have some semblance of being her own person, then Littlefinger needs to die. Well,
I just want to see Littlefinger's face if he, like, you know, I've heard people say that Arya might, you know, change to Sansa and get some kind of confession out of him or something similar. And I want to see his face when he's caught. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be so, it's going to be so epic if it goes down like that. If somehow he says something he shouldn't to Arya or to somebody, and then, you know, oh shit, and then it's like, night night, you know?
Yeah,
Like Don Willie's got the greatest prediction. I think Don Willie, you're the first one to say in the books that you know, like he's gonna say something to the wrong person in the Vale, and then fucking Robin Aaron's gonna say he wants to make the Batman fly, and that's gonna be epic in the books if that happens.
Could be, but they do have a shitload of. Well, they might not. Who knows? They might have disappearing Valemen. So the way the show had disappearing Tyrell army. So
this is one thing I'm confused about, and I want to mention this. Okay, so what's his name? The guy that said when they were doing the speech for King of the North, before they did that, he says, "I will not go with wildling invaders." He's from the Vale. What's that guy's name?
you talking about Bronzion?
Where? Yeah, Bronzion. Okay, Bronzion. So is Bronzion loyal to Littlefinger or is he loyal to Jon? Because in the thing, he's saying King of the North. He's chanting it too. But you know, so, he is. If you go back to the thing
in the show, I can't remember. I should say.
Yeah, in the show, he's chanting it. So whose side is he on now? Is he still with Littlefinger or is he with Jon now?
Whichever's most convenient for the show writers.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because he's supposed to be loyal to Robin Aaron, not necessarily Littlefinger. You know, it's just like he has to placate Littlefinger so Robin Aaron doesn't toss him out the moon door.
Was he one of the ones that wanted to support Robb? Because remember in the books, some of the Valemen wanted to support Robb.
He did want to support Robb in the books.
Yeah, but Lysa wouldn't let him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could totally see him being loyal to Jon now.
I mean, just that whole Wolfpack thing makes me wonder. Maybe it's just Arya and Sansa. They're just beefing because they're trying to form new factions to Stark, and Arya is trying to do Stark Black and White, and Sansa's doing Stark Wolfpack, and then they're gonna start playing the NWO theme. It's gonna be like
Yeah, it could be. And is that similar to what I said in my breakdown too, where like if Arya and Sansa are just fighting, and then Sansa is trying to apologize or trying to make things better, like she would say that line, and like explain to her like we need to stick together, type of thing. And originally in the books, that line was said to keep Arya and Sansa together, so it would make sense if the showrunners like use it for something between Sansa and Arya.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing where Ned was saying to Arya, you know, don't be mad at your sister because she has to be loyal to Joffrey and all that. Yep.
So when do you think Arya is going to show up? She seems to be out of teleporters.
I think she's going to show up after Jon's gone.
That's what I think too.
I don't see a reunion of all three of them. It's going to be a reunion between them two. Because I think something tells me if Jon was there, that there wouldn't be like any friction. I think they'd all be a lot happier. But I think, when John's gone, she's gonna, for some reason, she's gonna see Littlefinger and she's gonna be pissed, and that's gonna make them argue, and have friction. And then John, man, what if John gets back too late, man, and then like one of them does? Because there are rumors that one of them's gonna die. That's gonna be fucked up.
Oh shit, man! Don't say that shit. Oh my
I don't think any of them are
Well,
gonna
like,
die.
do you guys think so? All right. So there's supposedly John and Tormund go on some mission, right? So do you think they come back from King's Landing and they make a stop at Winterfell first, or do you think they just go to their mission?
Well, let's get to that. So,
Okay.
are we done talking about Sansa and Arya? Like,
wait, it was Sansa. Okay, yeah, no, okay. The only thing I want to say.
Arya.
Oh, but I thought we were talking about Sansa, like, and not so much Littlefinger, but more the Sansa side of the whole relationship.
Well, that too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the only thing I want to say is that if Sansa goes, like, does anything to go against her siblings again, I'm just fucking done with Sansa. Okay, like, she can die, anything can happen to her, I won't feel bad. Like, she has to fucking change and stop listening to Littlefinger and just.
If Sansa does that, Val, will we get a Val rant?
We could. It'll be the first Val rant.
What if she tells Cersei her family's plans again?
What? Well, dude, no, what the fuck?
You don't remember? She did that in season 1.
Yeah. I just, she deserves the worst death.
She went and told Cersei, Ned's trying to send us away. Can you make him stop? She's like, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Oh.
I just know that I'm not ready for any kind of Stark death. We've had enough Starks dying, and I'm not the biggest Sansa fan. I'm more of...
Or 3, I guess. Well, 4.
We've had Rob, Caitlyn, Rickon.
I was thinking Stark kids. 2, Rob and
Lady is a Stark, because she's a Davos, so, that counts. No, but I'm just saying, man, it's going to be pretty sad if one of them die.
Yeah, especially if Jon doesn't get to reconnect with them again.
Because especially, I think it would. I'm sorry, but I think it would hurt me more if Arya dies than Sansa, because I like Arya better. And
why is Arya going to die? She's just going to be in the. From what we have for Arya is she's just going to Winterfell.
I don't know, but Val's got it in my head when she says a speech that she's really sad, and that could be the reason why, because Arya died, and yeah, that could be. And I just want to see Jon mess up her hair like he wanted. He hasn't seen her in so long. I want to see her mess up her little hair again.
So if we're saying Arya's going to die, what's going to kill her? She seems to be in a relatively safe place.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with Arya. Maybe she leaves Winterfell, and we know that Bran can now work into any animal that, even if it's really far away, to keep an eye on people that leave. And that's another thing. Like, but that's changing the topic.
I forgot about Bran. I forgot that
Bran was going to be the last thing I covered.
So. Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad.
I don't know anything about him right now.
So I don't know what could kill Arya. I guess
because I have a hard time thinking she's just going to go to Winterfell and just stay in Winterfell. Like, they got to have something to do with her.
Well, they're saying that. I want to say Tony said it, or somebody else said that when Jon and Tormund and all of them go out, that she's going to want to go, and Jon's going to tell her no, and she's going to follow them or something like that. And possibly,
that's if she gets there before Jon leaves.
Yeah, that's right. But she could be,
because Jon is coming back before he leaves again, I think.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because if he comes back from King's Landing, he's probably going to stop at Winterfell before he goes on his mission.
So are y'all ready to talk about Jon's journey, or should we talk a little bit more about Arya?
I'm ready for it.
All right, so Jon, King of the North, he's obviously going to make peace, or not obviously, but that's what I think is going to happen. Eventually, he goes to Dragonstone, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes north, and then he goes, we don't know where.
Beyond the wall.
Well, that's what I meant when I said north, beyond the wall.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and then he goes to King's Landing.
And then he goes to King's. So he's all over he's literally all over the fucking map.
Yeah.
Okay, so when does Jon leaving to Dragonstone? How early does that happen?
About episode 3.
Wait, leave Dragonstone?
No, leave to Dragonstone. And get to and gets to Dragonstone, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking episode 3 or at the end of episode 2.
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna say episode 2.
Which one? They already confirmed. I'm sorry. They already confirmed that one of the episodes is going to be the longest ever episode. I can't remember. I heard
That's
that.
the last one. The 7.
No. It's a middle episode. It's not the last one. One of them is like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that, or I want to say an hour and 25 minutes. Can't remember. They confirmed it. I can't remember.
Don't know.
So, and when is he going to choke Littlefinger? Is he going to choke him on his way out? I guess.
Oh,
Probably.
I think that's gonna happen before he leaves. Yeah.
Leaves to Dragonstone?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to choke
Episode
a bitch.
1. Episode 1.
And go Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
This is totally off subject, but if John sees because we see Melisandre in the trailer, if John sees her in Dragonstone, is she safe? Is she safe? Because John said never come back to the north. He didn't say nothing about Dragonstone. So
Yeah.
is she safe? Is she safe over there?
I mean, I don't know what he could say. I told you to go south.
She is south, right? You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. Well, the only thing is like the reason why a lot of people think Melisandre's gonna die, and I think you guys don't already know this, is that that Davos is probably gonna tell Daenerys that Melisandre has burnt little children, and Daenerys is not gonna like that shit. Okay, so I think something there is gonna happen where Melisandre, she's done. Like, I don't think she will make it.
Okay, here's the thing I don't get. She apparently is in Dragonstone and she's just creeping. Why isn't she like approaching Dany instead of just creeping around?
I know.
Like it's not like Dany doesn't know. I mean, okay, I'm sure the show already forgot, but Dany already has, let's see, previous experience with Shadow with the Red Priest, or at least they're not the Red Priest. Well, actually, yeah, they do have.
Yeah.
Dany wasn't there, was she? No, Dany wasn't there for the Red Priest.
Oh,
But
no.
she has had experience with Shadow Binders. I'm guessing that the show just forgot that Quaithe exists.
Yeah, they definitely forgot about Quaid. I think they're just, it's one of those show things. Like, well, in Kinvara is one, like, she was there for one episode and she did nothing. She looked like such an epic character. Like
I definitely want to see that beautiful woman again.
But yeah, and that too. But yeah, and then, like, are they not gonna use her for anything else? Like, that's just so weird. I mean, like, the only thing that would make sense is that she did something that David and Dan didn't like the real person, the actress.
Oh.
And then they had to, like, get rid of her or something. But
You know, I don't think we'll ever see 2 Red Priests in the same room, right?
I mean, we've barely seen one Red Priest, so Melisandre just seems to be creeping.
yeah.
Well, the thing I want to know is, how did she get to Dragonstone?
She walked, I guess.
She can walk on water?
She can walk on anything, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Will there be any people at Dragonstone when they get there? Because
It's not like she hasn't teleported from Dragonstone to the Brotherhood before.
Yeah, they forgot all about
Yeah.
Stannis' remaining forces at Dragonstone. D&D forgot about that. So I don't think there'll be anybody to stand in Daenerys' way. They'll just walk in there and triumph it. There won't be no remaining forces.
Just open the door and be like, hey, it was unlocked.
yeah.
You unlock the door.
So, but and if Melisandre gets there before Dany, like, she doesn't have the strength to open those doors. So,
Or does she?
Does she? I mean,
Use
show
her
logic
lore.
shit again. because that's what makes sense to me, that she would get there after Dany is already there.
She's just creeping. I don't understand why she just doesn't talk to Dany. She's got to just creep.
Well, we haven't seen it. Like, she's got to talk to Dany. We just haven't been shown anything, right? I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
It would have been funny if, like, she did go to Dany and she's all good with Dany, right? And then Davos does get there and he's like, she burns children! And then Dany's like, yes, you gotta go. No, they burn it.
You gotta go south. She's like, again? You mean I gotta go to Dorne now?
Oh
I've
my.
been banished to Dorne. There's no cities, it's just Dorne.
But yeah, but I mean, if Melisandre doesn't die, let's say if she doesn't die, what else do you guys think she could do in the story? Like, how can she help?
Well, she could resurrect people, so I mean, anybody else who needs to be resurrected, she could do that too, I guess.
That's true. Like, need a resurrection? Call the Melisandre. She'd be like the House of Healing in like an RPG. You just go there when a companion is dead.
The Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
If it was an RPG and you had like John, Tormund, everybody in a party, she probably would be the healer, right? Like.
Yeah, sure.
She'd be like the sage that does black and white magic. So, anyways, we're getting off topic. So he goes down there. Obviously, what do you think what do you think his conversation with Dany's gonna be like?
First, he's gonna be when he walks up to him like, "Damn, girl, you looking good."
Damn, auntie. How about that?
Hey, he doesn't know it's his auntie yet, so
Oh, that's true. I'll just start making out like Luke and Leia.
Oh man, was that line about keeping the North together in the last trailer? Because there's a new line by John in the last trailer that I was wondering if it was the one he said to Dany.
Oh, I think in the new trailer he's saying our families have fought side by side for years, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we fought side by side for years, except for that whole Robert's Rebellion thing.
Yeah, because as far as Dany knows, the Starks are evil and all that, But didn't Barristan or somebody try and tell her some good stuff about Ned or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Plus, you got Tyrion there.
When I think of the Starks and the Targaryens like working together, I think of Cragen Stark, who held it down, man.
Who?
Cragen Stark, the guy that he was hand for one day, and he like basically held shit together and got Aegon on the throne, or not Aegon? It was Aegon. No, who was it? Jerry, help me out here. Remember, he was hand of the king for one day. It was after the Dance of the Dragons.
Aegon the Third.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Aegon.
Yes. It was Aegon. But anyways, he held shit together, and he actually took out some treasonous bastards, and then he gave up the handship.
Cool.
Well, yeah, he was wasn't he part of the? I forget. There was like that line of parent. They were kind of like there's like a group. Well, we're getting off topic though.
Well, look, that's for those of you who don't know, the expression of the hour of the wolf. That's where that comes from. Is from Cragen Stark.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, so wait, did we talk? We talk about what they're going to be discussing, Dany, and other than the jokes.
We're still talking about that, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I think
he's going to tell her about like the threat up north. That's the true threat, and I guess that's when. So I guess from there, that's when she decides to try and make peace with Cersei, and then they send the 12 up to the north. So, Val, I think you have an idea of who the 12 is going to be. You want to go ahead and let us know who the 12 are?
Well, are there like 12 main characters? Because I know a few main characters, but I don't think there's 12 of them. Are there? Because I know they're going to have some wildlings with them too.
Okay, so there's going to be some red shirts within the 12.
Yeah.
They're not they wouldn't be dumb enough to go to King Landing by themselves. They're going to bring forces with them.
No, I'm talking about going north because John.
Oh, the north trip. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry.
It sounds like they're trying to do the last hero thing, but
yeah, we know Tormund's for sure. The Hound, Beric. Who else?
Yeah, so the Hound, Beric, Thoros. Probably.
When are they going to run into those dudes?
No, because remember
That's
they were saying Beric told the Hound. He said we're heading to a bigger fight, so they're probably heading. And you know what I was thinking is like possibly the Beric and the Hound and Thoros run into Arya and they head to Winterfell together. That's what I was thinking possibly.
That's what I was thinking too. But then I saw so many pictures of Arya by herself that kind of killed that idea for me. But I really wanted Arya to run into the Hound and just go up there together.
Yeah, because they had
Something
such, it was those scenes were so fun when they were together.
Mm.
And then she'd be so shocked to see that he's not dead, because as far as she knows, he's dead.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I know. Like I was thinking about that too. It's like, how's Arya gonna react when she sees the Hound? Is she gonna see him? Because
I know. Is she? And if she does, I think she'd be happy. I mean, the Hound's a changed man.
yeah, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, you know what I think could wind up happening is, all right. It depends on how Jon is supposed to originally get the Dragonstone. So if Jon is taking a ship directly to Dragonstone from the north, then I think he winds up running into the Brotherhood without banners back on his way up north when they decided they're going to go and try to capture White to bring it back.
And you think Beric will tell him, how he was? I don't know if Jon knows that Beric was a Kingsman and shit like that, right? That he was, doing it for Ned and all that stuff,
Yeah,
No,
I would expect Beric to say something to Jon.
The real question I want to know is, are they gonna say, shit, things just get frozen for me. Okay, are they gonna say?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I think we might have lost Jerry.
We got a frozen Jerry here. Wow.
Oh man.
Hold that thought, fella. Hold that thought.
First time Jerry's ever been speechless. Oh wow. Yeah, YouTube, technology fucking up on you at the perfect time.
Perfect.
Always. Jerry, hopefully you can still hear us. Look, hey, if you happen to come back in and you want to talk and we don't recognize you at first, just do like Team America, when it was like, what's the signal? So yeah, that'll be the signal for when Jerry comes back, I guess. Wow. All right, so look. Back to Jon running into the Brotherhood without banners and how I think that could possibly happen. So yeah, if Jon doesn't wind up going, doesn't run into them on the way to Dragonstone, he'll run into them at Winterfell on the way back from Dragonstone. If he winds up taking like the King's Road or something like that, and then going through like the Vale or going through like some other part, some other region, and then going to Dragonstone from there, then I think he'll run into the Brotherhood without banners on the way down, and then say, okay, look, I'm going to be back at Winterfell in a couple of days. I'll come and pick you guys up.
It's possible. I keep thinking that they're going to go to Castle Black, and that's where they'll meet. I think that's my idea.
I don't know, because you mean the Brotherhood or Jon?
Yeah, the Brotherhood without banners will be at Castle Black.
Hold on, that makes sense. That makes sense, Val, because they have to go through the gate to get beyond the wall, right? The gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Unless they go around, because we know that they will use a boat to get somewhere up there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It depends on whether or not Jon winds up taking taking a road there beforehand. Like if Jon just gets on, if him and Davos just get on the boat before the Brotherhood without banners, before they meet the Brotherhood without banners, then that's when they'll meet them on the way back when they're on their way up north.
I just got a question. Is anyone gonna slap Tyrion for? They'll be like, we already sent you a fucking white hand, and you wouldn't see Alistair Thorne, and you just let it rot.
Well, that was in the books. They didn't send him a hand in the show, did they?
They,
Did
you
they?
know,
Yeah.
they mentioned it in the show.
They
Yeah.
mentioned it.
okay,
and
yeah.
Didn't do anything.
They
about
didn't.
it.
They didn't follow up with it. They just
Yeah.
mentioned
Okay.
that they sent it.
Yeah.
Be like, we gotta go
Yeah.
on this trip now because of you. Wow.
Well, that's part of the leaks, right? That they're gonna try and capture a white and take it back to King's Landing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just imagine Cersei's face, man, looking at a white and like not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's probably gonna have Tywin's attitude about it, to where she's like, "Oh, that's fine. Enemies to kill the Starks."
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah, because Tywin said in a small council meeting that maybe was it Tywin that said we could use this king beyond the walls as an ally to take out the Starks, or was that somebody else?
not as an ally, but just he can use that.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would we help them? Why would we help them when he can kill, hurt our enemies? So
I just know in the second.
that was-
Oh, go ahead, Willie. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was when the Night's Watch was asking for more men, and they mentioned the King Beyond the Wall, and he was like, "Oh well, shit, it's not our problem. Let that be the Stark's problem to deal with."
In the trailer, because in Hardhome we see Ned, or not Ned, John took out one of the White Walker generals, because then we see those 4 guys up there with the Night King. No, it was 12 when he touched the baby's eye, right? It was 12 of them. Yeah. So now they're down to 11. So we see in the trailer that John is fighting another one of those generals. So I'm so hyped about that. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
I want to. I know you tried to say that their swords didn't touch. Like what? Like, because the other one shattered. I'm like, there's no way the swords didn't touch.
Yeah, no. That I got that wrong. I remember wrong.
I'm like, why didn't that shatter? Is it just show logic?
No, but the sword weren't supposed to. Because I thought I remembered the sword shattering before at Hardhome, but it was the White Walker itself that shattered. Like the sword.
Okay.
The sword.
Yeah, it's on the ground.
Well, no. I mean, the White Walker's sword was shattering every other sword that wasn't a Valyrian steel sword. And then when it hit Claw, then it didn't shatter, and the White Walker was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah, and it fell to the ground, and I was thinking to myself, man, John could have grabbed that and gave it to somebody else to use.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the White Walkers. Yeah.
That's true. Like, if they would have brought that sword south, then they could have just. That could have been pretty helpful. That could have been pretty useful in the Battle of the Bastards. Like, imagine giving 1-1 that fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
He'd be crushing shit like crazy, but that would require some logic. But see, that's one of the issues I had about as good as Hardhome looked. They really kind of fucked up with the aftermath on that whole thing. So
yeah.
Rest in peace, 1-1.
Yeah.
Well. Val, do you want to mention about what you expect to see up north?
Oh shit, that thing. Okay, so during the behind the scenes video for A Story in Claws, that was all about the outfits and the costumes for Game of Thrones and the costume designer. There was one shot in that thing where they were making giant costumes again and it's gotta be for season 7 because all the other clips were for season 7 stuff. I mean, if it could be for season 6, but I really hope it isn't because it's so exciting to think that there will be giants in season 7 again. And the only reason I can see giants being there is either, I thought of something else after I uploaded that video that I didn't include in that video. But one of my ideas was that it will be white giants. But because I think there's some giants that didn't get burnt, they didn't burn their bodies. I think the ones that fought, with Mance, I think those were all burnt. But there might be other dead giants beyond the wall that the Night King can use and control. Either that, or they will be life giants that are not whites, and then it might be Bran who works into them.
Or maybe they could be like in Lord of the Rings when the trees were helping. Like, say John's fighting, and the giants come out of nowhere and help John get out of there. You know, instead of the dragon.
Yeah. I was
Because I
yeah.
just read something in the books, and I was telling Jerry about this. It was in one of John's chapters, and it said a giant's laugh puts a dragon's war to shame. So that means that the giants are way powerful than we've seen.
So do you think they? So you think they could be on either side? They might be on John's side. They might be against John.
Yeah. I haven't found anything that makes me want to be on either side. Like, I think it could be anything, but I'm just excited to see it. And we've always wanted to see white giants ever since that teaser with the blue eye that was the Night King's eye, not a giant's eye. Damn it, everyone. I've shown you the pictures 1,000 times, and there's still people who tell me it's a giant's eye. Yeah. So.
Wait a minute. That's okay. We still got people wondering: is that gate in Winterfell? Don really remembers.
Oh, the Arya one?
No, from last season.
Oh.
Yeah, where one bust down the gate.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Winter.
Well, okay, you know what? There's one we have to ask about. We would be remiss if we did not ask. Will we see White Hodor?
They didn't burn his body. He was still up there, so.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been using him in a bunch of promos too. So like, what's up with that? I don't know. I think we might see it.
Now I think there's something else you said we might see up there in that huge big battle. That we might get another giant-sized monstrous magical thing.
You mean a dragon?
That's exactly what I mean, a dragon.
A monstrous magical thing.
Well, that's what they are. Yeah.
Wait, before we move on to the dragon, I will say another thing that I didn't say in that video about the white giants is that the design that for the giant that was on the wall, there was a sheet of paper on the wall with the drawing for what the costume should look like. The costumes kind of looked like what the Night King wears. Like, it's got that like shoulder pad thing that's like pointy this way. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. So that I was like,
is that just a mark of evil? I mean, Cersei kind of wears it too.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, okay. So dragons, right? I mean, so many people are talking about this ice dragon that I'm convinced it was in the leaked plot, and everyone is already convinced also that because there are so many things from the leaked plot have been confirmed. That we're now thinking that okay, this dragon thing beyond the wall has to happen. But I hadn't heard anything about the dragon coming to save Jon until I did my live stream and people started talking about it in the chat. And I was like, why is this a thing? Like, why are people thinking that a dragon will come to save Jon? And then I figured, oh, this has. Okay, yes, there's that too, but not everyone had thought about that until the leaked plot. Pretty sure it was the leaked plot.
So we're gonna have an ice dragon that's fully grown? No baby ice dragons?
Yeah, no, because it's supposed to be a dragon that gets turned by the Night King after he dies, right? I think. Yeah. How are they gonna kill it? What the hell?
Well, I mean, so Jon's probably going to meet the dragons. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jon's going to meet the dragons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He should expect a good welcoming from him. I mean, if the brown bent plum could get a fucking good reaction from the dragons, I imagine one with much more Targaryen blood like Jon would get a great reaction with dragons.
Yeah, I think so. I think that scene in the trailer, in the new trailer that we just got, when we see the Drogon like looking at the camera, I think that's when he's meeting Jon.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, a lot of people believe that it's going to be Rhaegal that's going to be the dragon that Jon rides.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I used a little picture of Rhaegal in my video too. It's just to let people know that that's what I thought. But I didn't say Rhaegal in my video, but that's what I wanted the idea to be.
So I think if the Night King, is he going to turn one of Dany's dragons or just going to turn a random dragon?
No, it's got to be one of Danny's dragons. There's no other dragons.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like a mystery dragon, like.
Mm.
No, I don't think we're gonna get any mystery dragons. I think this is gonna be the show's version of an ice dragon. So, you know.
So do you think it's going to be Viserion that's the one that gets turned? Because I think Viserion in the book is the one that in the books is going to be the one that Euron turned. So maybe the Night's King is taking Euron's spot as the dragon stealer.
Yeah. I mean, it will make sense, I think. And I would want it to be Viserion because I think, I don't know, I want Rhaegar and Drogon to stay alive. No, I mean, nothing against Viserion. But, you know, I'm more into green and black thing than yellow.
I'm trying to think, how well do the colors stick out in the show?
They don't really. Like, really, Drogon is the only one that kind of sticks out. It seems like
it's easy to do black.
Yeah, I mean, the older that they've gotten, the more Viserion and Rhaegar have looked alike. I mean, even when this in the scene in episode 9, was that in episode 9 where they broke out of the catacombs, I paused that to see him like, okay, which one is which? And it's like you can tell if you pause it and stare at it, but other than that, he was sitting up there like,
maybe they're just trying to save costs on CGI and make everything look alike the way they did with the fucking using Ghost as Summer, or using during that scene, which makes me think if we do see Nymeria, she's probably gonna look a lot like Ghost. She
might.
Yeah.
Well, in the trailer, in the first official trailer, you know, where Tyrion is walking on that cliff, and then you see the dragons fly up. Like, I think you can clearly tell that the last dragon, at least, is very bright yellow. I think that's what I saw. And then the first one was black. So by
Pigeonhole theory.
What?
Elimination.
Yes.
Process of elimination.
Process of elimination. Thank you.
Same way to say things. But yeah, okay. So obviously Jon is going to make it through somehow. I don't think they're trying. I think this whole 12 that they're doing is just an homage to the Last Hero. I don't think they're actually doing the Last Hero. Or maybe they read the Last Hero wrong, which we can't put past Dana. Because technically the Last Hero had, besides himself, had 12 companions, plus a dog, plus a horse.
Yes. Yeah, so it's not exactly the same, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense if they had, like, one horse and then Ghost. But I haven't seen Ghost anywhere, so I'm thinking that they'll just forget about Ghost.
Yeah, probably. Anyway. I got a prediction about Ghost at the end of the video, but we'll move on to, like, okay, so... How many people you think are dying before, and how many people you think are going south? Obviously, I think we think that at least Sandor is living. What about Beric? What about Tormund? What about Thoros?
I have a bad feeling about Beric and Thoros, and we came up with a really cool prediction on our podcast that we were talking about how Thoros would... Beric would die, so to say, like, maybe Beric dies, and then the Night King, or like say he's dead on the ground, and then Thoros runs to him to revive him like he usually does. He's about to give him the kiss of life or whatever, and before he brings him back, the Night King has already turned him, and then Beric gets up and stabs Thoros, and then Thoros is like, what? Oh,
that could be it. Or Jon could die again, and he'd be like, "Oh, not again!" And then Thoros has to like give him the kiss of life, and then Beric, and it brings Jon back, and then Beric goes away. And Jon's like, "Back again, bitches!"
maybe, yeah.
Can't keep me down.
Then people will say that Jon is Lady Stoneheart. No.
He's everything. Well, Jon's just absorbing it. First he absorbed Stannis' storyline. Now he's absorbing Stoneheart storyline.
Well, look, we already know Sandor cannot die because Clegane Bowl. We need that to happen. Tormund cannot die because he needs to make babies with Brienne. Gendry cannot die because we need someone to forge Valyrian steel. Let's see, who else might even be in that party? I don't think Davos is gonna go.
I find it funny though that the two guys that are most prepared for this fight that can actually make a sword that's the weakness of the whites are the one that's going to be killed by the white. The ones that are going to be killed. Like we got the best, we got the most prepared, we got the fire, but we're the ones dying.
Yeah. But that makes you wonder if the fire, and I know I think Renee was saying something in the chat about it. It's like, is the fire that we see in the trailer caused by the guys themselves, or was that proof of a dragon? Because there was a lot of fire. Like, is there enough shit there to burn?
Well, you know what though? I still like.
I'm talking about their swords lighting up.
Well, I know what part of the trailer Val was talking about though. It's the one where we see Jon cut down some rando, and it looks like there's a group of whites that are just kind of standing there, and then there's the fire in the background. The question is, why in the world would the whites just be standing there though? Like, what's holding them back?
Yeah, that's another good question.
I'll tell you what's holding them back. The production team. They're like, we need some cool shots. I mean, there's no reason for some of the stuff doing here, like that fucking those guys on those Dothraki on horseback. Like, what is the tactical advantage of jumping on the horse and surfboarding it?
Surfboarding it.
That's like wasted movement on the level of like Revenge of the Sith with the whole where they're like doing extra things but not attacking. Like what is the point?
Yeah.
It looks it looks flashy, but it doesn't really have much substance.
But speaking about it seriously, what could it be? I mean, like I started thinking about it after. I don't know if anyone. I feel like some people may have said it in their trailer breakdowns. But I thought about it after. Was that could Bran figure out how to work whites and stop them?
Yes, he could. Will he? I don't know. LT, what do you think? You've been kind of quiet lately.
Bran will not be able to work whites. He'll use something. He'll work something to fight them. But come on. That's like infiltrating the enemy's mind. He won't be able to do it. You know.
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah, it sounds a bit far-fetched.
Yeah. And then, whites. I'm sorry. Whites and White Walkers are different. So I don't know, but whites seem really easy to kill compared to White Walkers.
But
they should be especially easy to kill for like Beric and Thoros lighting their swords up on fire. They just have to swipe at that point.
Now, in that picture where they're all in a circle, how many people do you think are in that circle? It doesn't look like too many.
I thought it was 12. Or was it less?
No.
Yeah,
that
12.
was really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, some of those 12 are going to die. It's probably going to be like 7 or 6 that get away. So Tormund.
So what are we predicting? Well, I think we're predicting Beric to die. Are you predicting Beric to die?
I'm saying at least 2. Yeah, because look, if there's 12, like I said, and a bunch are going to die.
Beric to die again. That's what I should say.
Yeah, well, Beric, Tormund, those. And I don't know, man. I don't want Tormund to die. I love Beric, so I don't want him to die. But unfortunately, he's gonna die.
You mean die again?
Yeah, that'll be his 10th time, right? Or 11th time? No, 10th time.
He's like fucking Jason. He just keeps rising up.
Hey, wait, hold on. Tormund cannot die because he needs to make babies with Brienne. Get that out your mind, LT.
I'm thinking
Willie, name me some other names, because if there's 12 of them, I'm telling you, at least 4 or 5, maybe 3 are for sure going to die. They're not all making it out of there.
All right, so we got Beric, we got Thoros, we got Tormund, we got Gendry, we got Jon. The rest are probably, just straight rando, red shirt wildlings or something like that, man.
Okay.
Out of those, I'm thinking only 3 are going to live, and I think it's going to be Gendry, Jon, and the Hound.
Well, it was part of the leaks that Daenerys is ex machina saving John, right? That's leaks.
I don't know. I haven't heard any leak on that.
That's what I heard. I heard that part of the script leaks that
We're not talking the script leaks though.
Okay, well that's part. This is a script leak that they're there. I mean,
Is it? No,
it
we
was.
saw
Yeah,
it in the trailer.
It came out before the trailer came out. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize.
those have been coming out throughout the what do you call it? We found out about those throughout other means that are more legit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So,
the pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So you think Jorah's gonna die? Because I think Jorah's gonna go up there.
Oh, Jorah's going up there?
I think.
I hope he dies.
If Jorah goes there, Jorah dies.
You know what? Jorah just needs to go up there. He just needs to start touching things, like touching.
Oh,
so you guys think that Samuel's gonna cure him? Is that really his arm coming out of the thing? And the crazy arm we see in the first trailer.
Yeah, I think that looks like, because we got a picture of Sam at the Citadel, like where he's studying like health. There's like a brain on a scale, so he's learning how to cure things, I guess, or like science, like that type of side of science. Anyway, the walls looked a lot like the same, like the walls that were in that scene, in that shot with the arm. So I think that was proof that Jorah is at the Citadel, and yeah, I think Sam will cure him.
I think that's gonna have to go down within the first 3 episodes if he's gonna be at Dragonstone, Jorah. So yeah, they got to do that real quick.
Not even first 3, first 2. Like that might be something where they introduce it in episode 1 of him actually being there, and then he's cured by episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm like, it's got to be 100% that he's getting cured, else he wouldn't be at Dragonstone.
That's pretty fucking irresponsible of Jorah. He's like, I got grayscale. Let me take it to a land that's pretty grayscale free. that could possibly end up being Typhoon Mary here, and fuck everyone over. But you know what? They might have the cure for me in the Citadel because they have a lot of information there.
They could have just not even given Jorah grayscale and it would have been fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like kind of stupid.
I think they kind of really wrote themselves to a corner with this fucking Jorah and grayscale.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, because what was the point of that? Like
the point was we're not doing Jon Conising and Aegon, so somebody's got to get the grayscale.
but then they kind of wrote out the point of the grayscale. So.
And yeah, because everybody was saying when they're in the dragon pit and he touched Dany, they're like, oh, he could give it to Dany.
Yeah, and then he didn't.
Yeah.
Well, don't you know Daenerys is immune to everything? She's immune to fire, all diseases. I don't
think she's immune to the cold though.
She'll be.
She might be.
Wait, okay, that's another question I got. If she does go up north, you think she's gonna dress warm for the occasion, or she's just gonna be on the back of Drogon with the dress on, or some and be cold as fuck?
I think, because I think oh no, never mind.
I don't know. Whatever they could do to make her look as sexy as possible is probably what they'll run with.
Yeah.
That to make sense, LT. All right, so they're coming back. So I think we kind of covered the north. They're coming back south. They're going to King's Landing. What do y'all expect to happen? Are we expecting Clegane Bull, and is the Mountain going to stand a chance with this new helmet that makes him look like Dumb Donald from Fat Albert?
What?
Oh gosh. Wow. I knew it was coming. No, you know what's funny is the new helmet and the outfit match Cersei's garbs that she's wearing from the season finale. And I think we see somebody else, like another soldier that's similar, wearing the same thing.
Yeah, they do have all the fucking Dumb Donald look going around in the Lannisters.
Val, you've never seen Fat Albert, the cartoon?
No.
Yeah, so she doesn't get
Yeah,
it.
when you get a chance, you gotta Google Dumb Donald. Yeah. Oh my god. Now there was a stupid movie with Marcus Houston, listen,
he was it.
We do not mention that atrocity, okay? Yeah, but you know what though? I think it would be kind of it would be a little anticlimactic for Clegane Bowl this particular season. I think that there needs to be look, my prediction for Clegane Bowl has always been that it will be Cersei on her way to Casterly Rock, trying to hide from whoever, and that
well, the thing is on that is they're sending the Unsullied to take over Casterly Rock.
is that Casterly Rock or is it Lannisport?
Could be either.
They might just go in there and take it, not even say where it is.
Does the show differentiate? Is the question.
Yeah, I mean they've talked about that there are Lannisters from Lannisport, you know. So
yeah, they're like lesser Lannisters, right? I mean, they're not like they're not as high as the Lannisters of Castle Rock, but they're both Lannisters.
Right. Remember, Jaime's cousin, the one that he killed, he was from Lannisport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jaime mentions that.
Yeah, so yeah, that was one of the Lannisport Lannisters. So they, you know, so the Lannisport does exist, but yeah, it probably will be Casterly Rock that they wind up taking over. But we don't know that Daenerys is going to hold it for very long. You know, it could be a thing where they have it for right now, and then they're just like, all right, well, we don't really need this, so you know, we just wanted to show you we could take it.
I never did a trailer analysis of obviously on my channel, but one thing that I mentioned in a lot of to people what I thought was funny is that Sully suddenly learned how to fight, but they couldn't protect Barristan when Barristan died. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they learned how to fight against the Lannisters, but they couldn't protect Barristan.
Against like accountants and
like,
noblemen. Yeah. So, anyways. All right, so let's move on to, or I guess that's, is there going to be a final battle? Well, actually, first, do y'all think there'll be a big final battle in King's Landing, or how do you think King's Landing ends? Just Cersei escaping? Or Cersei dying?
So I can't mention the leak plot, right? I can't mention that.
Don't mention the
okay,
leak
then
plot.
I can't really predict nothing because with these pictures that I've seen, okay, basically and I'm not going to say the leak plot, but actually the leak plot, guys, goes perfect with all the pictures we've seen. So I can't really say nothing about it. I can't really predict nothing unless I want to just think of my own shit. But yeah, I think it's going to go down the way the leak script goes, and that's unfortunate too.
Yeah, for everyone who read it and didn't want to.
Whoever released that out should be branded an outlaw.
Or whoever likes sense in the writing.
I mean, look, personally, you know, like I read that a while ago. I honestly do not remember how it said it was going to end. I think one, you have to have the wall, or at least a section of the wall come down. Like, damn it, it's season 7. Season 8 is going to be here next year or whenever. The wall has to come down. You know, I think that there's going to be an uneasy alliance. But, of course, Cersei and Euron are not going to really play ball. They'll probably say that they're going to play ball. But those two are going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, we'll just tell you that we're with you on this one, but they're not gonna be. And then everybody else, it's probably just gonna end with them saying how they're gonna prepare for the defense of Westeros.
Okay.
You know, I wonder, are we gonna see any much scenes at the wall? I mean, you know, like, are we gonna see fuck, I can't think of his name. Not Bowen Marsh. What's his name?
Larson.
Yes. Are we gonna see like Ed, are we gonna see Dolores Ed become Lord Commander? Is there gonna be like any scenes up at the wall? And maybe so are we gonna have to wait till the wall comes down and then Dolores Ed's like, oh shit, and everybody's like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah, they might just refer to him as Lord Commander.
And is the Night King gonna?
Yeah. He's already the Lord Commander.
Has it
no,
been
but
made official?
Yeah, because John can't just say, "Okay, you're Lord Commander." They still have to vote him in, even though John.
They're supposed to, but yeah.
Well, they're supposed to, yeah. But anyways, are we gonna see the Night's King when the wall comes down? Is it gonna be like the Jack's punch? You know what I'm saying? He punches.
I was thinking what could happen is he like literally walks up to the wall, puts his hand on it, and starts fucking vibing the shit out of the wall until it starts to break.
Oh, when it breaks, that's when the ice dragon flies out, and you know.
All right.
Sure.
So wait. Talking about. Oh, go for it.
Wait, I haven't said what I want to happen because I haven't read the leaked plot, so I also don't know what's gonna happen there down there. I just know about the dragon pit because of the reliable sources stuff. But I'm thinking that because if you think about it, why is the Hound about to fight someone? Like, I don't think it'll just be him and the Mountain, will it? Like, do you think like a fight's gonna break out? Because, well, I guess I can't really ask.
Oh, you know why? Fan service.
Yeah.
No, but I think it would be a tease, though. I think it would be one of those things where they're about to fight, and John steps in and is like, no, we can't fight each other.
No, that's the Mountain. It's dumb Donald. No.
I know this.
And the Mountain kills John.
The Hound better have some fucking armor on, because I mean, all he had last time we saw him was like a shirt and shit. And if he's fighting the Mountain, he better have some armor on or some shield or something, because he won't stand no chance against the undead Mountain without no armor.
Oberyn didn't wear armor.
Yeah, but Oberyn's fucking fast as fuck. The Hound's nowhere close.
No. He's not as fast as Oberyn, but the Hound is actually extremely fast. Like Jamie's mentioned, the Hound is much faster than you would expect him to be.
Yeah, but still, you gotta have armor in a battle with the Mountain, dude. I mean,
I don't think it matters because the Mountain can just cleave through armor most of the time. I think it'd probably be best to go no armor, just don't get hit.
Yeah. I think
you get hit with armor or without armor, you're fucked.
True.
I think in the books when Clegane Ball goes down and he knocks off the helm and there's no head, that'll be crazy as fuck.
Dude, I think because we have seen a picture of them spreading fake snow around King's Landing, and I think that will be the final thing. Like it might be because the actors have been saying that the whole season's gonna end with a cliffhanger, with a huge cliffhanger, and the only huge cliffhanger I can think of is that I don't know the White Walkers are coming and like it's starting to snow in King's Landing. All of a sudden, it's just starting to snow. And then it ends. I don't know.
What if the cliffhanger at the end, the last scene, is Peter Baelish talking to the Night's King?
Oh my god.
That would be a crazy cliffhanger, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or what did it be? What if it's like the Night's King puts his hand on Peter Baelish and turns him into a White Walker, and you see him do this like grin, like and whisper something into his ear.
Okay, I got a question. I got a question for all you guys here and the chat, and anybody who sees this in the future. Do you guys think by this season we're gonna hear the Night King speak? Will he speak? I want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. He's gonna be like, "No, die."
Hey, that is funny, Jerry, but I'm serious. What do you think, honestly? Do you think we'll hear?
I don't think he'll speak.
Yeah, no? I don't think so.
Nah, he's mute. He's definitely mute.
Yeah, I think David and Dan have said that they like that's a decision they made, that he couldn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said they originally were gonna have the person who developed the Dothraki language actually come up with a language for the White Walkers.
They should have.
Like, it might be a little too hard, they said.
If it was me, I would like have them open their mouth, and it kind of sounds like just a shrieking banshee kind of thing.
Well, in the books, it says that they sound beautiful.
Yeah, it does. But obviously, they also look beautiful in the books.
Yeah.
Here they look like Eddie the Head.
Well, no, whatever. It says that in the books, the way that they sound is like cracking glass.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds beautiful.
Okay, so not the way it's talked, but they look beautiful.
No, they look beautiful.
Well, and then he laughed at Rainbow Race, right? The guy that was fighting, the White Walker that was fighting him was laughing.
They look kind of like crystal elves, is what they look like.
The scariest White Walker to this day. I don't care about the Night's King, about none of them. That first episode, the one that chops that dude's head off, that motherfucker was scary looking. That dude. And that was a White Walker. That wasn't a white. The one in the first episode, he chops the head off and he's just sitting there and he's like, that dude was. I wanted to see
wasn't
more.
Wasn't the one Sam killed?
No, that dude was different looking than every one of them. Go back and look at it. He looks way different.
Well, they don't show him very well, like in that. They show he's kind of like dark.
He's not wearing a shirt. He's not wearing a shirt, and he's got kind of like long hair. And he chops the head off, and he's like, and I believe he might have some of the same weapon, like an ice weapon.
He does have an ice weapon.
Does he? I can't remember now. I'm gonna look it up again. But yeah, I think they just got some new armor throughout the seasons.
Yeah, they have like samurai armor now.
Yeah.
That's it. They come from E.T. That's crack the code, White Walkers.
Crack the code.
Actually, that might be true. So I don't want to much of a joke on that because that might be where the original Not Long Night comes from. Is E.T.
Could a White Walker survive in Dorne because it's supposed to be hot in Dorne and it's not cold at all? Like, would they have to put on a hood and stuff and be like, walking in?
Well, you saw them. They can manipulate heat, so they would just make it go away.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Dorne's supposed to be like a desert, like that's hot all the time, and I don't think winter will ever come to Dorne.
If they can control ice, that means they can manipulate heat. Because there's no such thing as cold. There's no such thing as cold. Cold is just the absence of heat. So if you just take heat away, you get cold.
Uh-huh.
So that means if they can manipulate it, they can just take all the heat away from Dorne, and there you go.
Well, I mean, and you saw they can walk through fire, and you can tell that the fire is being like put out when they walk through it. But yeah, I think they bring winter. Like that's their thing, right? Like whenever they appear, everything gets colder. And I understand like Dorne. How do you make like a place that hot cold? But I don't know. I think that would be interesting.
I think Dorne's
the same thing. You just take the heat away. That's just thermodynamics. You take the heat.
Just like in the movie, I forgot what movie that was, but like everything was freezing in America and everybody was running to Mexico. That's the same thing. Like, and this is everybody's gonna run to Dorne. When the White Walkers are coming, people are gonna be running to Dorne for safety.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Another thing I was gonna say. I think Cersei might just stay inside the Red Keep. Like she's not gonna want to help fight the White Walkers. She's gonna be like, no, fuck y'all. I'm just staying in the Red Keep where it's safe and where she thinks it's safe, and she just won't help anyone. I don't know, because that's what I was thinking. Because remember back in season 1, he was talking about that with Robert. What they would do if the Dothraki came and attacked them. Like she said, well, we can just stay inside and just. But then Robert told her why she can't stay inside. But I still think that Cersei might still go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, they mentioned that the Red Keep is impregnable, right?
No, I thought that was the Vale, the area that's impregnable.
Oh yeah.
No, but I mean, like they're saying it's almost impossible to even get. I know they mentioned that it's impossible to ram the doors down of the Red Keep. Like it's so strong,
so thick. But that wouldn't stop the White Walk because they could just extract the heat.
No, but see, another thing too. Another thing is there's a drawbridge leading from. They haven't showed this obviously in the show, but in the books, there's a drawbridge because the Red Keep is a castle within a castle. So if you pull that drawbridge, there's no way across.
Magic. It's like ice dragon.
Hey, Maegor was a genius.
Maegor for president. Maegor for king. I guess he already was a king, so I don't know what else to say. Gotta ruin that joke. Anyways, let's wrap this up by talking about the one character we have not really talked much about because
Brienne the Criminal.
No, we not her. It's the one character we've seen very little of, but we did see him go to the wall, and that is Bran. What are your thoughts about Bran? Where is he going? Is he going to Winterfell? Is he going to make it to Winterfell? Can he stuck at the wall?
Well, the
What is
trailer
he?
spoiled that he's in Winterfell in the Godswood. We
Is
saw
he?
that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
true.
sitting by a heart tree in a wheelchair. But that fucking
But
that right there blew my mind because I did not think he was gonna go to Winterfell. I thought maybe he was gonna, I don't know, go somewhere because the last we seen him was Division, right? Or no. The last we seen him, he was with Mira and Benjen left and was saying goodbye, and then he does Division, right? That's the last we seen him.
Correct.
Yeah, so I didn't know where he was going to go, but to go to Winterfell, that blew my mind. And we were just mentioning about John possibly seeing Arya, and for them all to get together, that would be pretty epic.
Honestly speaking, I think that Bran doesn't make it to Winterfell until like the latter half of the season. Like 5, 6, 7, he makes it to Winterfell. He won't get to meet up with Jon whatsoever. And Arya and Sansa may also not be there when he gets there.
What? That's a pretty bold prediction right there, man. I don't know.
I mean, think about it like this, right? You got Arya and Sansa, who apparently are going to be dealing with Littlefinger on some level. You got Jon, who's going to be going to Dragonstone, and he's going north of the Wall, and then he's going to go to King's Landing. To me, I'm thinking Bran makes it to the other side of the Wall to Castle Black. He's there for a little bit, and then he winds up leaving and just barely misses everybody. And I think no one winds up finding out that Bran's still alive.
I don't know. I think he's going to meet at least Sansa.
Oh,
like
Val, you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what?
Oh, I was gonna say, in your video, you put a picture of Sansa, and she had her hair down, and she had some kind of necklace on. What was that from?
One of the recently released pictures by HBO that she's in the while they're discussing things in the Winterfell hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's wearing like this really dark dress thing. She looks super evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it's possible that, like a lot of people were saying in that trailer that we just got, that Sansa is walking away from Bran because of the little thing that we see behind her shoulder. It kind of looks like the back of the wheelchair that Bran was on. So I think he's gonna miss Jon. Like, Jon's gonna leave before both Arya and Bran get there. But I think Bran might get there on episode. I was thinking episode 3. I think it's gonna be earlier. I don't know. That's just.
what is he gonna say? Is he gonna be like, "Listen to what I have found, brothers and sisters"?
Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna start sharing all that stuff, and if he's going to see more. If he's gonna be looking.
He's gonna do like the Vulcan mind meld. He's gonna be like, "Let's share our conscious."
See, but here's the thing, though, right? Because with the information that Bran has, I think that that's vital information that anybody who's in any position to do something would need that. And I just don't think that anyone is going to get that information this season. Not anyone who can actually do something with the information that he's received. So that's what I'm saying. I think that he winds up missing the entire Stark party, and maybe like they'll find out that he was there later, but I think he's going to get to Winterfell. Everybody's going to be gone, and he's going to be sitting there waiting for people to get back and thinking to himself like, well, shit, well, all right, well, let me find out. Let me see if there's anything more I can find out until these people get back and I can actually properly warn them.
So right now they're safe though. Whenever Bran gets there, He's basically safe at Winterfell until the wall comes down, right? Because the White Walkers and them can't go through until the wall's down.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, so maybe that's when Bran would be like,
Unless unless he's the reason the way he fucked up before.
Well, yeah, but maybe that's when Bran's like, I gotta bounce if when the wall comes down, because he's like, he's just that sign that he's got on him. When he touched him, he'll know. It's like a tracking device. He'll know where he's at.
Yeah, the question now is, does he still have that mark? Was that a permanent thing? Because we didn't see at the end of episode like 10 or whatever, we didn't see anything where it indicated that the mark is still there, but we haven't gotten any indication that the mark is gone. So until we see both of Bran's arms, and look and see whether or not he has the mark, we won't know if that's how the White Walkers can bring the wall down.
And one of the teasers for last year, we never got. We had that one where it was like the ink is dry, the passes are written, but we got this. I think at the end of that teaser, you hear Bran saying they have no idea what's coming. But I'm wondering if we're going to get that this season. Is he going to be telling that to Sansa or Arya or somebody, warning them that they have no idea what's coming?
It's possible. It's possible that they just used it for the teaser, but
Yeah,
it did sound.
That might have been a troll.
Yeah. But then it's the audience that has no idea what's gonna happen, or what's coming. But I mean, it did sound like something.
You have no idea what stupid shit we had planned.
It would make sense if he says it to the people at Winterfell. It's like, oh, you guys have no idea what I have been, where I have been, and the shit I have seen. And yeah, are they gonna believe him though? Like, how is he gonna? Well, I guess he has no reason to lie about that. And then they have Jon, who's also told them that the White Walkers are real. So I don't see a problem with people believing or not believing Bran.
Okay, well, you know what? Just thinking about that, here's why they might not believe Bran, other than at Castle Black. No one else other than the Wildlings, a few people from the Night's Watch. Yeah, pretty much. The Wildlings and a few people from the Night's Watch are the only people who have actually seen the Whites and the White Walkers, right? So Bran comes back, it's him and Mira, and they're like, oh, yeah, we saw undead Benjen. He helped us escape the White Walkers. What happened to your wolf? Oh, he got killed, trying to stop the White Walkers from catching me, him and the children of the forest. Where's Hodor? Hodor held the door against the White Walkers, and we're like, what? Kid, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, dude, we've been thinking that you've been dead for like the past 3 years, and you show up with the craziest shit possible now.
Where's Jojen too as well?
Yeah, oh, he got killed. He got killed just before we met the children of the forest. We went into a cave. We saw an old guy who helped me with my green seeing abilities.
He used to be Hand of the King.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it would be way too far-fetched for someone who's never actually seen the White Walkers.
Well, I guess, but I thought Jon had already convinced them that there's White Walkers out there, because Jon has seen them.
I mean, it's like, has he really convinced them is the question. It's one thing to say, okay, cool, you got the Stark lands back. We're following you because that's what we did before, But as far as, I mean, like, there's nothing that he can use to really show proof of the White Walkers. Like, okay, yeah, the Wildlings have been marching south, but people can always try to justify it and say, oh, that was just wildling on wildling slaughter.
So you're saying, Willie, that it's going to be too late when the wall comes down and nobody's going to believe Bran?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I honestly think, and this is what I think eventually is going to happen in the books and the show, is I'm like you said, it's too late, so people are going to start getting slaughtered in the north, and obviously everybody's going to have to retreat. They're going to have to retreat. John, everybody, whoever's in the north, they're going to have to retreat south and unite everybody in the south to fight them, because that's the real threat. Like the war in Westeros isn't the real threat. The real threat is the White Walkers. So like by the end of Winds of Winter, who's sitting on Iron Throne ain't gonna mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything more to say about Bran? I think we about finished here.
Well, the whole thing, like, I thought Bran was gonna be keeping an eye on Jon and that group of people when they go beyond the wall. Yes, because we see him working that Raven, so I think he can just keep an eye on them and kind of let everyone know at Winterfell what's going on.
So Bran is going to be like Professor X, and Jon's going to be like the leader of his X. He's going to be like Cyclops, leader of his X team.
Yeah, why not?
Anyways, all right. So, anyone has any comments on that? If not, any final thoughts on what you think we'll see in the season, or anything left to say?
Okay. There was one thing that someone was telling me.
Okay.
Do we remember exactly how Benjen survived? Like he was, I think he said that the children used dragon glass to like, they stabbed him with dragon glass and he didn't turn completely or something like that.
I don't even remember him giving an explanation, but do you remember, LT? Or
No.
Damn. Yeah, I think he said something to Bran and Mira. Like he explained to them how he's still alive, and he said something about the children.
Yeah, he said that the White Walkers, like one of the White Walkers stabbed him, left him to die so that he would turn. But while he was in the middle of turning, he got stabbed in the chest with the dragon glass by the children of the forest.
Right. So the whole idea that this person was giving me is that what if they can use the dragon glass instead of not only as the weapons against the White Walkers, but also as a way to make people not turn.
Oh, the cure, basically the cure.
A cure, like an antidote, like a vaccine.
Yeah, but the only thing, and I think I was actually gonna try and make a video about that because I thought the idea was very interesting. And the question is, does it work when anyone does it, or does it only work when the children of the forest do it? And since there's no
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think people go around stabbing each other in the heart with dragon glass. Be like,
yeah. But I mean, if you're already dying, and I don't know, man, because I guess Benjen would have to communicate it, because no one would know otherwise. Because I guess Bran would know. I don't know.
Bran could find out everything now, jumping in the trees and just going throughout history and learning shit.
Well, I mean, because Benjen told him, but yeah.
Yeah. The werewood trees is kind of like the machine that Neo gets put on his head where he gets all the information.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing never really makes sense to me, the whole how the dragon glass thing. So basically what Benjen is saying, they were turning me, I was turning into a white, so they turned me into a White Walker instead. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense, but, I mean, it happened, but yeah, because like the only way we've seen people get turned by the Night King is when he touches the baby, and then also we see him raise the dead, but those are whites, not White Walkers.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. It's 21 days. 21 days, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 days. It's a countdown clock over here.
Yeah, 3 weeks,
3 weeks from today. 3 weeks from today. All right. Well, since we're finishing up here, I got a few predictions of my own that I've come with after listening to all these people, listening to all this, and doing this video. And I'm just gonna read them off. It's my top 10 predictions for season 7, and I'll just go ahead and start it. Number 1, Brienne will go ahead and do something that makes absolutely no fucking sense and then walk around like it's the most noble thing she's ever done in her life.
Jerry, you're supposed to call her Brienne the Criminal.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Someone will be de-pants and we will have to unfortunately see another penis on screen again at some point. Number 3. Present-day Howland Reed will make an appearance in the show, and he'll be over 6 feet tall. Number 4. Arya will have a magic Link or magic bag like Link from Legend of Zelda that carries an infinite amount of faces for her to, do the Faceless Man bit. Number 5, Arian Greyjoy will be recast yet again. Number 6, Ghost will only make an appearance in the background, kind of fuzzed out, played by a Ghost plushie that they got from the HBO store. Number 7, we'll get a flashback of the Woods Witch that said the prince that was promised would come from a Targaryen line. And the Woods Witch will be a super HBO level hot girl and maybe even show her boobs. Number 8, Jorah, before getting cured, will keep touching things over and over. Number 9, Sophie Turner will claim that this is the season that Sansa turns into a uber lone wolf boss-ass bitch. Number 10, David Benioff will make no less than 2 mistakes in talking about A Song of Ice and Fire lore inside the HBO after shows.
Yeah.
And those are my top 10 predictions for season 7. Take it to the bank.
Oh my god.
Yo, those sound like pretty good predictions.
Jared, I think you're getting soft on Brienne, man. You're supposed to call her Brienne the Criminal. You can't just call her Brienne.
We all know she's a criminal at this point. I mean, it's like, do you constantly call Pablo Escobar the criminal Pablo Escobar? He's just Pablo Escobar. We all know.
Good point.
Anyways, guys, you want to go ahead and do your sign-offs here? I guess we'll start off with Val first.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me, guys. This was fun. And yeah, I mean, go just leave likes on the video and whatnot. Thank you all for watching our predictions, and I hope we're right about some of them.
And if you haven't watched Val's, you don't know Val, or you've never seen her channel, definitely go subscribe, watch her sleuthing and her 2 trailers and her White's video. Though, like, if you care about the show, and if you don't care about the show, I don't know what you've been here doing this whole time. But if you do, she is probably the premier game shows expert out on YouTube for that.
Yeah, I still get shit wrong.
Yeah, well.
We all do.
Not even Nostradamus got all his predictions right, Val, so you're fine.
Yeah.
All right, LT, go ahead and say your goodbyes.
Yeah, this is awesome to, make a video with the watch, and definitely to have Val on. And, I probably won't be on another video till the opening week. But, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And, yeah, definitely subscribe to Val's channel, and follow everybody here on Twitter. And everybody have a great day.
Don Willie.
Yeah, this was great fun. Always glad to do these. I mean, I think we're starting to get back in the swing of things with the whole live streaming thing. Hopefully we won't get burned out this year like last year with live stream festivals and shit. But yeah, we'll see how much of our predictions actually came true that weren't based on plot leaks. Maybe we'll do this after the end of the season and see like what we got right, what we got wrong. But you guys already know where to find me, Adon of Ice and Fire, on Twitter as the Salt King. The salt is spreading. Yeah, and yeah, New brand video Monday or Tuesday. Finally getting that damn theory video out there. All right, so look out for that one. And of course, Thursday, 8 o'clock, Ice and Fire Opinions. This time it'll be Samuel Tarley. I'll try not to bash him too hard.
What's the best about Sam? I mean, other than the pink mask, I mean, come on. Anyways, Jerry the Targaryen Steamboat, thank you all for being here. Thank you all. Yeah, look for us in 3 weeks. We'll be doing the after show, and you're definitely going to want to check in that out because that is the place for you'll find the one true hype about the review. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Later, people.